Alex stepped off the ship and took a deep breath. The air smelled different. Fresh, but with a strange sweet scent, like flowers mixed with metal. He had finally arrived on planet Ariali, the home of an advanced alien race known as the Alari. The gravity felt lighter than Earth's, and two suns glowed in the purple sky. Alex looked around. The spaceport was large and bright. Alien structures rose high like towers of glass and crystal. Strange flying creatures passed overhead, making soft humming sounds. Aliens walked by in smooth robes, tall and graceful. Their skin was smooth and silver blue. Their eyes were large and glowed softly, like moons. These were the Alari, known for their intelligence and strict social order. Alex was one of 10 humans chosen to come live and work here. The Earth-Alari Treaty allowed a small number of humans to help the Alari with new technology and cultural exchange. Alex had signed up because he wanted to escape Earth, try something new, and maybe, just maybe, start over. A tall Alari male walked toward him. "Human Alex, welcome. I am Solari. I am here to guide you to your assigned partner." Alex blinked. "Assigned partner?" "Yes," Solari said calmly. "Each human is paired with an Alari companion to assist in cultural bonding and daily integration. Your partner will be your guide, co-worker, and life companion if both agree." Alex's heart skipped a beat. Life companion? That sounded serious. He followed Solari in silence, unsure what to say. Was he getting married on the first day? They walked through a beautiful garden filled with glowing plants and silver fountains. Finally, they reached a small crystal building. Inside stood an Alari woman. She was tall, with long silver hair tied in thin braids. Her glowing violet eyes met his. She smiled softly, then stepped forward. "Greetings, Alex," she said in perfect English. "I am Lyra, daughter of House Neri. I am your assigned partner. We have much to discuss." Alex stared at her. She was beautiful in a strange, elegant way. She held a small crystal tablet and gestured to a seat. He sat down slowly. "Hi, nice to meet you, Lyra. This is all happening fast." Lyra tilted her head. "Yes, I have already begun planning our schedule for the next month. You will attend integration classes, learn basic Alari customs, and we will visit my family estate next week. I have also registered our bond agreement with the council, pending your approval, of course." Alex's eyes widened. Wait, bond agreement?" "Yes," Lyra said calmly. "It is the first step in formal partnership. It ensures we share resources, time, and purpose. Emotional attachment may develop later, as is common." Alex rubbed his forehead. "On Earth, we usually date first, then think about things like bonding." Lyra blinked. "Ah, you wish to delay reproduction and joint projects. That is acceptable. But please note, my mother has already asked about potential offspring compatibility." Alex nearly choked. Your mother?" "Yes, she is eager to see what our children might look like." He stared at her, not sure if he should laugh or run away. But Lyra wasn't joking. She was serious, calm, and polite. And somehow she didn't make it feel like a trap. More like a plan. Alex sighed. "Okay, look, this is a lot. I didn't expect to be talking about kids and bonds on day one." Lyra leaned closer. "You are free to choose, Alex, but I must be honest. I take this assignment seriously. I studied your records. You are intelligent, skilled in human engineering, and emotionally stable. You also enjoy long walks, sweet foods, and quiet reading. These are good signs." Alex blinked. "You read my files?" "Yes," Lyra said. "I want this partnership to succeed." Alex leaned back in his chair. He had never met anyone so direct. She wasn't trying to impress him. She wasn't flirting. She was organized. And somehow, that made her honest. So, what if I say, no? He asked. Then you will be assigned a different mentor, Lyra said simply. But I would regret that. I believe we are a good match. You may not feel it yet, but I am willing to wait. Her words were gentle but strong. She wasn't forcing him. She was offering a future. Alex didn't know what to say. He felt like a piece of a puzzle being placed into a larger picture he hadn't seen yet. Back on Earth, people were afraid to commit. But here, this alien woman was already building a life around him. Can I think about it? He asked. Lyra smiled. Of course. I have scheduled a walk through the Star Gardens later. I hoped you would join me. If not, I will cancel. Alex looked at her again. She wasn't what he expected. Not cold, not overly warm, just determined, confident. All right, he said. I'll come with you. But no promises yet. Lyra stood and nodded. That is fair. I will adjust the timeline accordingly. As they walked out into the glowing path of the gardens, Alex looked up at the alien sky and whispered to himself, "What have I gotten into?" Lyra turned slightly and smiled, her voice soft. "Something wonderful. You will see." Alex walked beside Lyra through the glowing star gardens. The plants here didn't just grow, they shimmered in soft colors. Some flowers opened as they passed, releasing a sweet scent into the air. The path under their feet sparkled with tiny lights that reacted to their footsteps. Lyra moved with calm grace, her silver hair flowing behind her. She spoke in a soft voice. "This garden is over 300 years old. It was planted by my ancestors during the Great Peace." Alex nodded slowly. "It's beautiful. Very different from Earth gardens?" Lyra turned her head slightly. "Would you like to grow one together in the future?" Alex blinked. "You mean plant a garden? Like a couple's project?" "Yes," Lyra said, as if it was the most normal thing in the world. "It is tradition. Partners grow a garden together to show patience, teamwork, and harmony. Each plant has meaning." Alex smiled a little. "On Earth, we usually just get pizza and watch a movie." Lyra looked puzzled. "That sounds strange, but I would be willing to try it," he laughed. "You really are serious about this, aren't you?" "I do not joke about partnerships," she said, her voice gentle. "To bond is to build a future. I understand you are not used to this. That is why I want to help you understand our ways." Later. That day, Lyra took him to a learning dome. It was shaped like a glowing pearl and sat on a hill overlooking the city. Inside, light flowed around the room, creating images in the air. "This is your culture class," Lyra explained. "It will help you learn our history, values, and customs. I will also attend with you." "Are all humans in these classes?" Alex asked. "Yes," she replied, "but you and I will take the advanced track, because we are potential life. Partners?" Alex looked up at the floating images. One showed Alari children planting glowing trees. Another showed a couple standing under two moons, placing their hands together. "What's that one?" Alex pointed. "That is the bonding ceremony," Lyra said. "If we choose each other, we will do this in front of both moons. It is the moment we share energy through touch." Alex raised his eyebrows. "Energy?" "Yes, emotional energy. It flows between bonded partners. It helps strengthen the connection. Not all species can feel it, but some humans do." Alex tried not to feel nervous. Everything here was so different, so deep. The Alari didn't date or play games. They chose, planned, and built. Later that evening, Alex and Lyra sat together at a round table. A light meal was served, glowing fruits, soft breads, and a soup that changed color when stirred. Lyra watched him carefully. "Do you find our food pleasing?" Alex nodded. "It's actually really good. A bit sweet, but I like it." "I studied your food preferences," she said. I will learn to cook earth dishes too if we become bonded. Alex laughed lightly. Lyra, you really don't waste time, do you? She gave a small smile. No, time is precious. Life is short. I do not fear the future. I plan for it. There was a silence between them, but not an uncomfortable one. Alex finally spoke. Lyra, do all Alari bond this way, with assignments and plans? Most do, she answered. But there are exceptions. Some choose late. Some never bond. But for me, I have always wanted a partner with purpose. And you think I could be that? Alex asked. I believe it is possible, she said softly. You are kind, curious, and honest. You look at things with open eyes. That is rare. Alex looked down at his soup. I'm not perfect, Lyra. I've made mistakes. Back on Earth, I had a hard time fitting in. Many feel that, Lyra said. You are not alone. I too struggled. I was once called too cold, too logical. But I have feelings. I just show them differently. Alex looked up into her glowing eyes. You seem brave. Lyra tilted her head. Because I speak clearly? No, he said. Because you're not afraid to care. That takes courage. For the first time, Lyra seemed to pause. Her expression softened. Thank you, Alex. That means much to me. Over the next few days, they spent more time together. They attended classes, visited the markets, and even joined a group of other humans and Alari on a hike. Some humans joked about being married on arrival, but Alex didn't feel like joking anymore. He was beginning to understand Lyra. She wasn't forcing anything. She was offering something, a future filled with purpose and care. One evening, as they sat by a glowing lake, Alex asked, Lyra, what happens if I say yes? If I agree to bond? She turned to him. Then we take the first steps. We share responsibilities. We begin to shape our lives together. You are not a prisoner. You are my equal. We learn each other. We grow. And if I say no? Lyra looked at the water. Then I will release you with respect. I will not force what is not welcome. But I will be saddened. Alex watched her face. For the first time, he saw emotion behind her calm. Real emotion. He reached out and gently touched her hand. I'm not ready to say yes yet, but I'm not saying no either. Is that okay? Lyra looked down at their hands, then nodded slowly. It is more than okay. It gives me hope. That night, Alex looked up at the twin moons and thought about his life. Back on Earth, no one ever looked at him the way Lyra did, with belief. He had come to escape, but maybe he had found something better. Maybe he had found someone who truly saw him. The next week on planet Ariali was not easy for Alex. At first, everything had felt peaceful. He and Lyra had shared calm walks, quiet meals, and light conversations. But now, things were changing. Pressure was growing. One morning, Alex entered the learning dome and noticed something different. The other humans were whispering. Two of them looked at him, then quickly turned away. He sat beside Lyra. Something's off. They're staring. Lyra nodded slightly. I heard some rumors. Some humans believe you are too close to the Alari, too trusting. Alex frowned. But isn't that the whole point? Building connection? Not everyone sees it that way, Lyra said. Some think we are trying to control humans through partnerships. Alex looked around. That's not true. You've never tried to control me. I know, she said quietly. But fear spreads fast, and it's not just the humans. That afternoon, Lyra received a message from her clan elder. They were summoned to a formal gathering. My mother has requested we appear. Before the House Neri Council, Lyra said. Why? Alex asked, surprised. She believes our bond is moving too fast. She wants to test your worth. Alex raised an eyebrow. Test me? Like, in front of everyone? Yes, Lyra said, her tone firm. You will be asked questions. You must show strength, honesty, and respect. Alex sighed. Great. Like meeting the parents, Alien Edition. Lyra tilted her head. Parents? Never mind, Alex muttered. Let's do this. That evening, they entered the grand hall of Neri. It was built of silver stone and glowing light vines that wrapped around the walls. At the center sat 5 elders in white robes. Lyra stood tall, calm, her hand lightly touching Alex's arm. The lead elder, a tall woman with silver rings on her fingers, spoke first. You are the human assigned to Lyra? Alex nodded. Yes, ma'am. You are not yet bonded, but you walk together, live together, and share time. Why? Alex took a deep breath. Because I want to understand her. I want to see if we can build something real. The elder's eyes narrowed. Do you believe you are worthy of a Neri daughter? Alex's heart pounded. I don't know what your standards are, but I respect her. I listen to her. I care what she thinks. I think that matters. Another elder, older and more stern, leaned forward. You are not a Lari. You are emotional, disordered. How can you guide a future? Alex stood straighter. Maybe I'm emotional, but that's not weakness. On Earth, we believe love and trust can grow from being honest and open. Lyra stepped forward. Enough. He does not need to be a Lari to stand beside me. I chose him because he is different. Because he tries. That is strength. The elders looked at her in silence. Finally, the lead elder spoke. Very well. The council sees potential. You may continue your journey together, but under watch. As they walked home, Alex let out a long breath. That was intense. Lyra gave a small nod. You did well. You spoke truth. Alex chuckled. I think I almost passed out. She stopped walking and looked at him seriously. Alex, I am sorry. For what? For putting you in the middle. My people can be proud, cold. They do not understand you yet. Alex looked into her, glowing violet eyes. I didn't come here to impress anyone. I came here to live honestly. If that's not enough, then they'll have to deal with it. Lyra smiled softly. You are becoming stronger, Alex. The next day brought a new challenge. During a group training session, one of the human men, Bradley, stepped close to Alex and spoke in a low voice. You know they're using you, right? These aliens, they pretend to love, but it's just control. Alex kept his voice calm. Lyra's never tried to control me, Bradley sneered. You're blind. You're letting her decide your future. Think about it, man. You've only been here 2 weeks. Alex didn't answer. He just walked away, but the words stayed in his head. Later that evening, Alex sat alone, by the lake thinking. Lyra found him there. You are troubled, she said. He looked up. Some people think I'm making a mistake, that this is all just fake. Lyra sat beside him. Do you believe them? Alex shook his head slowly. No, but I do wonder. Am I moving too fast? Am I just caught up in all this? Lyra looked out at the water. You ask the right questions. That is good, but you must listen to your own heart, not just voices around you. Alex turned to her. And what does your heart say, Lyra? She was quiet for a long moment. Then she said softly, It says, I care for you, deeply, but I do not want to bind you out of pressure, only out of choice. Alex reached out and took her hand. Then let's choose, slowly, together. She smiled. Yes, together. The next few days, things got better. Alex and Lyra worked side by side in a joint project, a human-Alari communication device. Alex used Earth tech knowledge while Lyra added Alari energy crystals. They created a small device that could translate both languages in real time. The council was impressed. Even some skeptical humans began to see Alex differently. One evening, the council held a celebration. Lyra and Alex stood together as a new symbol was placed on their shared living dome, a mark of unity. But not all were happy. Bradley watched. From the crowd, his eyes cold. He turned and walked away. Trouble still lingered in the air, but for now, under the twin moons, Alex and Lyra stood strong. Their bond was not perfect. It was not easy, but it was real. And that was enough. Alex stood on the balcony of his shared living dome, looking out at the twin moons of Ariali. The night was calm, the stars bright, but his thoughts were not. He had grown stronger here, closer to Lyra, but deep inside he still felt the tension. Between two worlds, two cultures, and two versions of himself. Lyra walked quietly beside him, her long silver robe flowing in the soft wind. "You are thinking again," she said gently. Alex gave a small smile. "I always think too much." "That is not weakness," she said. "It means you care." He looked at her. "I care about us. But I also care about what's happening outside our dome. People are watching, judging. Some accept us, some don't." Lyra nodded. "Change is hard for many, but it begins with two hearts willing to try." The Fae. Next day, they were invited to speak at a joint council meeting, Alari elders and human leaders together. The topic was integration and the future of bonding programs. Lyra wore her clan crest proudly. Alex wore a simple Earth-style jacket with a small human flag pin. They entered the great crystal hall together. Eyes turned to them, some warm, others cold. The lead Alari elder stood. "We welcome Alex of Earth and Lyra of House Neri. They represent the first unbonded pair to voluntarily continue their shared path beyond the initial trial." The human ambassador also spoke. "Their example has become a symbol, one of trust and unity. But we must hear from them directly." Lyra stepped forward first. Her voice was calm and sure. "I did not expect to bond with a human. I was assigned, yes, but I made a choice to stay, to learn, and to open my life to Alex. He is different from us, but not less." Then Alex stepped up. His heart pounded, but he kept his voice steady. "When I came here, I didn't know what to expect. I thought I'd be helping with tech or language programs. I didn't think someone like Lyra would come into my life and change how I saw everything. This world, your people, and even myself." He paused, then added, "We still don't know what the future holds, but we've decided not to fear it. We'll build it, together." The hall was silent for a moment. Then some Alari nodded. A few clapped, lightly, politely, but not everyone approved. One elder stood sharply. "Words are easy, but what of actions? Will this pairing last, or is it only a show?" Alex met his eyes. "Then let us prove it." Lyra stepped beside him. "Let us take on a challenge, one that shows trust, unity, and skill, together." The room stirred. The council whispered among themselves. Finally, the elder said, "Very well. You will join the Harmony Trial." Alex leaned over to Lyra. "What's the Harmony Trial?" she whispered. "A challenge given to pairs seeking high status in Alari society. Physical, mental, and emotional tests. Few complete it." Alex took a breath. "Sounds fun." The next day, they arrived at the trial grounds, a wide open arena, in the desert, surrounded by glowing stones and energy crystals. 5 tests awaited them. Test 1. Balance. They had to walk across floating platforms that shifted and moved. Alex struggled at first, nearly falling twice. Lyra steadied him with her hand. "Feel the rhythm," she said. He closed his eyes, followed her pace, and they made it across together. Test 2. Communication. They had to solve a puzzle using a language they had to create on the spot. Alex began drawing symbols. Lyra mirrored them with glowing light. They understood each other without words. Test 3. Trust. One partner was blindfolded and had to follow the other's voice through a maze. Lyra blindfolded Alex. "Do you trust me?" she asked. "With everything," he said. She guided him gently but firmly through the maze. At one point he slipped, but her voice brought him back. Test 4. Conflict. They were placed in a room with simulated dangers, blinding light, shifting walls, and loud sounds. Stress grew. Alex yelled in panic. Lyra grabbed his shoulders. "Breathe. With me. In, out." Together they calmed, found the exit, and passed. Test 5. Union. They stood before an ancient Alari relic. Their hands had to connect and glow with shared energy. Many pairs failed this final part. Alex looked at Lyra. "What? If I can't glow?" she smiled. "Just feel. I will feel with you." He placed his hand on hers. At first, nothing. Then, warmth. A soft light began to shine between their palms. Not bright, but real. The elder watching stepped forward. "They pass!" Cheers erupted, from both humans and Alari. That night, back at their dome, Alex sat by the window. Lyra brought him tea. "You were strong today," he smiled. "Only because you were there." "No," she said. "You were strong because you chose to stay, even when it was hard." He looked at her carefully. "Lyra, do you still want to bond? Formally?" She didn't answer right away. Then she said, "Yes, but only if you're ready." Alex took her hand. "I think I am," she smiled. "Then tomorrow, we begin the true path." Alex laughed softly. "Let me guess. There's a schedule already planned?" Lyra looked at him with a playful spark in her glowing eyes. "Of course. You're already on page 3. He chuckled and pulled her close. Outside, the twin moons rose together in the sky, just like them. They had crossed a line, not from Earth to Ariali, but from strangers to partners, real ones. The morning sun on planet Ariali was golden and soft. It lit the sky in shades of pink and silver. Alex stood in front of a tall, smooth stone altar, surrounded by glowing trees and quiet music in the air. His heart was beating fast. Not from fear, but from something deeper, something new. Today was the bonding ceremony. Lyra stood across from him, dressed in a long, flowing robe of silver and violet. Her eyes glowed softly and her expression was calm, yet warm. This was the moment they had worked toward, not through force, but through trust, choice, and growth. Around them stood both humans and Alari. Some were from the council. Others were friends from training and daily life. Even the humans who once doubted their bond were now watching in silence, some with quiet respect. An elder stepped forward and raised his hands. Today, two souls choose to walk as one. Not by order, not by pressure, but by understanding, the elder said. Let the past doubts fade. Let the new journey begin. Lyra stepped closer and spoke first. "Alex of Earth," she said softly. "When I first met you, I had a plan. I knew what I wanted. A future, a bond, a shared path. But I did not know you yet. Over time, I saw your heart, your strength, your laughter, and your doubts. I do not want you because I was assigned to you. I want you because you chose to stay." Alex swallowed hard. His voice was steady but full of emotion. "Lyra of House Neri," he said, When I came here, I was lost. I thought I was just another helper, another visitor. But then you stood in front of me, so calm, so certain, and said we might build a life. I didn't understand you at first, but now I do. You gave me something no one ever gave me before, a reason to believe in something greater than myself. They both placed their hands on the glowing stone between them. Light rose, soft and warm, swirling around their fingers. Their energy connected, human and Alari, mind and heart. The elder nodded. Bond confirmed. The crowd clapped gently. A few even cheered. After the ceremony, there was a small celebration. Humans tried strange alien fruits. Alari tasted earth chocolate for the first time. Someone played soft music on a floating harp. For once, there were no divisions. Just laughter, smiles, and the feeling that something important had begun. Lyra sat with Alex under a tree that glowed with pink leaves. "How do you feel?" she asked. Alex smiled. Lighter. Like something heavy is gone. Like I finally belong. "You do," she said gently. "Here, with me." He looked at her. "Did you ever think this would actually happen?" Lyra nodded. "I hoped. But hope is not always enough. You made it real." Alex took her hand. We both did. In the following weeks, Alex and Lyra began their new life together. They moved into a shared home near the edge of the learning dome. It had Earth-style chairs mixed with Alari crystal windows. There were books, tools, glowing plants, and even a small garden they began to grow together. Each day, they worked on new joint projects, combining Earth tech with Alari energy systems. One device they made helped humans and Alari speak without translators. Another used Earth solar panels with Alari crystal batteries to power farming equipment. Their work was praised across both communities. But more important than their inventions was what they represented: unity. Alex also began teaching a small class of humans about Alari customs, explaining them with humor and patience. Lyra, in turn, held a group for young Alari curious about Earth emotions and choices. One day, during a quiet evening meal, Lyra turned to him. "My mother sent a message," she said. Alex raised an eyebrow. "Uh-oh, good or bad?" "She wishes to meet with us." "Privately?" Alex blinked. "Didn't we already prove ourselves?" "She says she has something for us," Lyra replied, her tone unreadable. The next day they visited the Neary estate. It was large and peaceful, with floating lights and calm water gardens. Lyra's mother, a tall woman with silver hair and wise eyes, greeted them. "You have surprised many," she said to Alex. "Hopefully in a good way," Alex said, smiling. Nervously. She didn't smile back, but her eyes softened. "Yes, you have shown honor, strength, and something else. Kindness." She handed them a crystal box. Inside was a seed, silver and glowing. "This is a heart seed," she explained. "Rare. It grows only when planted by true partners." Alex looked at Lyra. "Another garden?" She nodded with a soft smile. "Yes, but a very special one." Together, they planted the heart seed in their shared garden. Days later, it sprouted with bright violet leaves and a silver stem. "It's growing fast," Alex said. "Just like us," Lyra whispered. But even with peace, the world was changing. News came from other colonies. Some humans and Alari were still fighting. Some didn't believe in bonding. Some feared it. Alex and Lyra were asked to visit another colony to speak about their bond, to help others understand. "I don't know if I'm ready to be a speaker," Alex said. "You already are," Lyra replied. "You speak from truth. That is enough." They traveled to the distant colony. At first, the crowd was quiet and cold. Some shouted, "This is fake," and "Humans don't belong with aliens." But Alex walked to the front and held up a photo of their garden, the heart seed shining under moonlight. "This," he said, is not control. It's not a trick. It's life, built together, not forced. No one is asking you to do the same. But we're asking you to open your eyes. Lyra stepped forward. He was not born here. He did not understand us at first, but he listened. And I listened. Now we grow. Together. By the end, the room was quiet, not fully changed, but thinking. It was a start. 1 year later, Alex stood in the same garden where he first met Lyra. The plants were taller. The heartseed tree now had glowing fruit. Lyra stood beside him, her hand resting gently on her stomach. "It's growing," he whispered. She nodded. "New life." "Ours." Alex smiled. "I was just a visitor here. Now I'm a part of this world." Lyra looked up at him. "You are more than part. You are future." And as the twin moons rose again, Alex realized something simple, something true. He wasn't assigned a partner. He found the partner, and their future had already begun.